I just helped an insurance agent to add 29 new referral partners over the past 6 weeks. So in this video, we're going to go over step by step exactly what we did to help a friend of mine, Patrick, to change his agency. So to give you a little backstory, Patrick is a good friend of mine, one of my closest friends in the industry, and runs a really tight ship. He's got a really sweet agency based out of Colorado. They are growing, and his team is generating most of their business on social media. If you meet Patrick, if you see him online, you'll see he is all over the place. He is constantly posting. His team is very engaged inside Facebook groups, and they have a lot of success there. But I reached out to Patrick with an idea. The way that I grew my book of business on the personal line side was through loan officer referrals. And I felt like I could probably replicate the same program that I used to generate these appointments for myself for another agent. So I wanted to test it out. So Patrick and I sat down, had a few conversations, and ultimately started reaching out to lenders. And here is what we were able to do. So we were able to book 31 appointments, out of which that converted to 29 yes. And out of those, over half have sent business already. So this took place under 6 weeks. So pretty quickly, we were able to book a lot of appointments. And at the time of recording this video, we're at the beginning of the year, we booked all of these appointments in the last month and a half of the year, which is the slowest period for home purchases. So loan officers don't have a whole lot of business. So this half conversion, 50% conversion, I expect to go way up. So super encouraged in this. And I'd love the opportunity to get to tell you a little bit about how it works and how we did it. So first of all, let's get into some of the math. So insurance agents are constantly looking for new ways to generate business. You may have tried buying leads, cold calling, you may have just called X dates, whatever it may be. On the personal line side of things, it's difficult. Commercial, you can pull commercial X dates and dial through, and you've got opportunities to quote business. But personal lines is a lot harder. You build relationships or generate it on social media. But I honestly feel like referral partners is the best way, specifically loan officers. So lenders have to have a homeowner's quote before they can even start the loan. They can't send it to their processors and underwriting until they have a quote on insurance, because they need to have a ballpark for all their financial numbers. And so that's a massive ace in the hole for us as an insurance agent, because we are a necessity. So many times insurance agents are reaching out to lenders and they feel like the lender is doing them a favor, which yes, they're sending you new clients that they started the relationship with, but you're doing them a favor. They can't get this loan without you. So some of the things you need to think about is loan officer volume and who you're working with. So the way that we did it inside of our program is we were only reaching out to top performers. There's lots of different resources online where you can go scrape data on which loan officers are actually producing lots of business. And so what we did, there's two ways we can go about it. And so you can look at lots of home transactions, or you can look at lots of volume transactions. So for example, do you want somebody that sells lots of houses, that does lots of loans, or do you want somebody that has a higher average loan value, but less transactions? So what this means is these people are big loans, these people are big volume. So I was looking at volume. The reason being, let's say you've got a homeowner's policy and it's a high net worth client. Now, yes, it's going to be higher premium, but honestly, for the difference, we were looking for the most amount of volume because we wanted lots of quotes. We wanted to fill Patrick's team's calendars with opportunities to run quotes, because then they can sell the whole account. So you're going to have a home, two autos, personal articles, umbrella, life insurance, whatever it may be. So yes, you can get the same stuff on a high net worth client if you've got higher loan values, but we were going after transactions. We felt like that was the way to drive more premium, was dealing with people on this side of the street. So we went through and scraped loan officers in his area that were doing lots of transactions. And we started reaching out to these people. And what you need to think about is they are business owners if you drill it down. And so how do you get them in the door? You need to bring them value. So we were looking for ways to add value to them. So what we were doing is approaching them with a first-time home buyer seminar. So essentially, a lot of loan officers and realtors teach classes to first-time home buyers about the home buying process. It's not easy. There's a lot of steps you need to go through. There's different do's and don'ts that you need to make sure you're checking off. So we are approaching these loan officers, asking them if they would be willing to speak at a first-time home buyer seminar. These people are going to say yes because they want to grow their business. And then we are going into it, hey, I'd love the chance to just get to meet you beforehand. We've got a lot of different ways we help our lenders, but before we even get into that, are you open to just a quick conversation? We can hop on Zoom one day or get coffee. And so that's how we were able to have massive success booking a lot of appointments really quickly. So kind of like I mentioned, we booked 31 appointments for Patrick. And out of those 31, 29 agreed to send business. The only two that didn't say yes to sending him business, one of which already works with an agent that Patrick's close with, and another is getting out of the business. They're retiring soon. So both of those, one was a walk away, but really both are walkaways for Patrick because they couldn't send him business. And so we felt like we had a very high conversion rate because we were approaching them with value. And then in these appointments, Patrick has a full suite of tools that he teaches using AI and shows them how to generate more business online. And so they now saw Patrick as an asset for their business. They saw him as somebody that can help generate more business and more leads. And so they're way more inclined to start sending him business. And so what I'd love for you to think about is the math behind the situation. So we already talked about kind of what it takes to get these appointments. Now let's talk about actual pen to paper. How can you make money with loan officers? So let's say a good LO, loan originator, is going to do 2 to 4 transactions per month. Now a great one may be 5 to 8 plus per month. So you're going to get 1 a week to 2 a week, depending on if you're doing good or great. And so let's say for easy numbers, let's say each loan officer is going to average 3 referrals to you per month because you're going to get some that are really great and some that are not as great inside the business. All right. So 3 per month, that gives us something to work with. Now, let's say you want to make $10,000 in commissions per month. So $10,000 revenue per month. This is actual commission dollars, not premium. You can't spend premium. So premium dollars is what we're looking for. And let's say that your average household is $5,000. So you've got a house, you've got 2 autos, umbrella, you sold them a policy for the wife's ring or whatever it may be, $5K household, and this is premium. All right, so if you're looking for $10,000 in revenue at 15% commission, most people should be at 15% commission on new business. So that's going to be $66K in premium. All right, so 66,000 divided by 5,000, that's going to be roughly 13 households that you need to write per month to do $10,000 in commissions. 13 doesn't sound that crazy. So let's say you're booking appointments, and let's give you really conservative numbers. Patrick's really dialed in on his process. Let's say 1/3 of your meetings actually convert to a referral partner. So if you need to sell 20 households a month, let's be conservative on your closing ratios, etc. So 20 households divided by 3 per month equals 7 loan officers that you need. And if 1/3 of all appointments convert into a yes, that means you need 21 appointments with loan officers to make $10,000. All right, so how do you go get 21 appointments? I just gave you the math. We were able to get 29 in 6 weeks for Patrick. So scrape loan officers. You can easily go online and just go in Facebook groups. You can Google, you can go on Zillow. You can find loan officers' contact information and then just find ways to bring them value. I guarantee you, if you go get 50 coffee appointments with loan officers, you're going to be tripping over quotes and it is going to be annoying. You're going to need to call me, go to agency.com and hire a virtual assistant because you're going to need somebody to run all of those quotes. It's just going to happen. So if you need help booking these appointments, that's another opportunity. Reach out to my team at ScaleOps, so scalemyops.com. We will help you book these appointments. We will not charge you some big outlandish fee. We'll charge you per appointment. It is no risk to you. You only pay if a loan officer shows up to your Zoom appointment. So we'd love the chance to get to help you. I hope this video was helpful and valuable. If you have any questions, leave comments down below and I will do my best to try and answer them. But please, please, please go reach out to loan officers. Go grow your business. The market is getting better right now. We have been in a really hard market for a few years. And so there's a lot of opportunities now to go write business. And there's a lot of C-player insurance agents. So go show these lenders how you bring value, show them why you are better, and go write business. Hope to see you in the next one. Good luck.